I'm not sure.
You're supposed to have it like closer to the.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
To this?
Yeah, you're supposed to have it above it basically,
Oh,
so it should like move it over like 2 feet.
Okay. Kind of sneak in there.
We got some
Added the
sweet
fourth
lights
mic.
in here.
We got the we got the licensure here. Right?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Banya. We got a special episode today. Luke is out of town, so we got a little zombie takeover of the Banya, and we got 4 people in here today. Myself, Dana Lundquist, and to my right, we got the Babin Wealth Management, Sean Babin. We have to my left, Lance, Lancer, Prancer, Tiny Dancer, and Carter. And
hello, everybody.
And we've got Drew. Drew, what was your last name again?
Lastly.
Lastly. Okay,
Yeah.
I knew that. And we got Drew. So we got some of the zombie crew
Just
in here.
Drew.
Taking
I
over.
have a cool
Just
nickname.
Sorry.
Morning, Drew. Bye,
Drew.
Drew.
What nickname can we get for Drew? So welcome, everybody. How we doing?
Dude, good to be back.
Yeah. It's great. Glad everybody was able to come and join me here. We were just getting into some conspiracy theories outside. Because
Always.
Drew just left. Him and Joel were at a conference right before Conspiracy Theory 2025. Tell us about what you learned, Drew.
Oh, I was just joking. But I do love a good conspiracy.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about how 9/11 was an inside job. What about
sure.
World War II and Hitler? You were saying something.
Oh, I just think all of history is a lie.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's told from the victor's perspective, right?
Exactly.
So.
And then the Nazis all just moved here with like Operation Paperclip, which is all interesting. And then it just came out that Hitler was alive for like another 25 years after the war in Argentina.
Living in Argentina, yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah, there was a...
He didn't take the cyanide pill and just die right there?
No.
It's a female skull.
Yeah.
Yeah? That they found in the bunker?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Is that Eva Braun?
Does at some point
Joel's
history,
coming
do they just need to go back and do the books, redo the documentaries, or
I think that like World War I and II were more like to destroy history.
Yeah.
I think it was more of a mission to destroy history.
to write it exactly how we wanted to?
Right.
Bring out the New World Order.
Yep, exactly.
I mean,
Phase 1.
yeah, things
You
have
know?
changed a lot. I was just reading the other day about, what was it, in the 30s, they were saying that we almost had our own version of Hitler in the U.S. There was, I'm totally spacing the guy's name, but when FDR, I think it was FDR, he won the election, there was a coup that was being planned by the guys from Standard Oil, all of the big like business people in the U.S.
All the tycoons, yeah.
Yeah, all the tycoons that were basically going to do a
Carnegie,
coup.
Rockefeller, those
Rockefeller,
guys.
yeah.
JP Morgan.
JP Morgan, that was part of it. Man, I'm totally spacing this guy's name. But he was like a renowned famous military leader from World War I that they were going to basically install him into power. And his own conscience was like, no, I'm not doing this. And like basically, eliminate the whole thing, whatever.
Didn't want to be a puppet.
Yeah, exactly. He had too much of a conscience. Like, I'm not doing this. This is, basically fascism. This is essentially what the Italians were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, it was interesting just to see that, and a lot of crazy shit that our governments have been doing and have always been doing. People in power, right?
Yep, exactly.
Let's get Malcolm Gladwell on here and just do some history with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, revisionist history.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh. I don't know about Malcolm Gladwell. I liked his books. Like The Tipping Point was great. Outliers was really good. There's another one I think it was called Blink, like making like quick decisions and how you're like a slow brain and a fast brain. But then he did a monk debate. Have you guys ever seen those monk debates?
No.
So they'll have 2 people, like, and whatever the topic is, they'll have 2 people on one side and then 2 people on the other side. And this specific one, I can't remember who was on his side and what really they were debating. But on the other side was, it was Matt Taibbi. He's a journalist. And there was one other guy. I think it was maybe Douglas Murray. And
Dude, you are well versed in this stuff. This is impressive. The
I
names you can
consume
just
too much
rattle
of
off.
But so like,
Filing cabinet for a brain.
Yeah, exactly.
it's too much. So my friends always say that I'm their phone a friend.
Yeah, exactly.
I know a little bit about a lot of shit.
Awesome. These names are impressive. I like
thank you.
struggled over here to come up with Malcolm Gladwell for a second.
Still pretty proud of myself.
So like in this debate, like he like was giving these like ad hominem like attacks and like saying like Matt Taibbi's name wrong like on purpose, just like it was
Just to
kind
like
of
get under his skin.
Yeah, it was kind of like a silly thing, and these debates were like prestigious, like Stanford debates of like they're supposed to be like, hey, let's combat ideas and like let's have it out and see what makes the most sense. It was just it turned me off to like all the rest of his like his books, and like if he's gonna be that kind of a person who's like making these weird little attacks, like just use your ideas. Like you got good ideas, like just use that. So.
Did you listen to Douglas Murray on Joe?
Oh yeah, that was bad.
That was like
What
No,
happened?
So he went on
He's a
with
British dude?
Yeah, he's
a
British
journalist.
dude.
Yeah,
British journalist. And don't get me wrong, I actually like Douglas Murray up until I hear that. Like,
journalist.
he is an actual journalist, but the thing is, like, he's gone like kind of the propaganda side a little bit of it.
Oh yeah, totally.
Which I didn't see that before. He was always very reasonable and like had really good points, but yeah, he got destroyed by Dave Smith.
Yeah, Dave Smith just ate him alive.
Yeah, and just like the whole like it was kind of the same kind of thing, like a ad hominem attack, like, oh, you've never been there, you've never been to Israel to see this, you've never been to the checkpoints.
Shouldn't you have been there if you have an opinion on it.
Right, it's
Yeah,
like
definitely,
it's like this like moral high ground where you're like,
Yeah, like you better than thou.
you can't have this opinion because
You're a peasant.
right. It's kind of silly.
I am the gatekeeper.
Exactly, it's
Yeah.
a gatekeeping, right?
Yeah. No, that's long. That's just we're watching that fall down.
Yeah, absolutely, which is good.
Yep.
That's the benefit of podcasts. Not our podcast. We're just bullshitting. But
Yeah.
the other podcasts, they talk about real shit.
Yeah.
Matt Taibbi was the guy who did the Twitter files, right?
He did.
Yeah, and
Him
like all the stuff about COVID on what was he on Patreon?
I think Patreon, yeah, or Substack.
Or so yeah, that's his
probably
main
both.
deal.
But yeah, he's on Substack. Matt Taibbi's awesome too. Really great journalist. Like, read his stuff. It's
Looks
really
like
good.
a cancer patient though.
He kind of looks like a cancer patient. He does. But yeah, really interesting. So, and talking about like Hitler, there's a documentary that Tim, what's his name, UFC guy.
Tim Kennedy?
Tim Kennedy, yeah, he did.
Oh, where he did
documentary
like on
Searching
History
for-
Channel.
Yeah, like
searching for his.
Hitler.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they went to Argentina to like.
Yep,
Let
and
me
like
see.
all the architecture is all German architecture. There's like freaking swastikas everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Yeah, look at their soccer team, their national soccer team.
Yeah.
They look way different than
Then
other
the rest
South
of the
American-
country, yeah.
Other South American
Yeah.
teams. Different
And there's like
names.
complete towns that just speak
Yeah,
German
look
too.
Bavarian.
Right.
Yeah, it's like what the heck?
Yeah, it's wild. Mm-hmm. So that's a fun one to go down. I guess we'll never really know until we get time travel. But
Yep.
you know, maybe
Until we find out what's in Antarctica.
Yeah, there we go. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
that's
A giant hole. I don't know. Bailey sent me something about Antarctica. There's a giant hole there. And
Yep, to like the center of the Earth maybe, or there's like military
yeah.
bases. I mean, there's a bunch of crazy conspiracies. about it.
DARPA.
Oh yeah, DARPA's down there for sure. Like, then all these countries that can't get along and have a treaty, like 200 some countries, all to save penguins.
Oh,
You're like,
yeah.
what?
We gotta
And then you're
save
not
the
allowed to go
penguins.
past like the 54th parallel. Like,
Yeah, what is that? What's down
why? Like, who cares?
there?
It's just penguins and ice, right?
Yeah, supposedly. Well,
those penguins were a lot smaller than I thought they were too growing up. I always thought those things were big.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought those things were big, like 6 foot tall. I did, man. Then I saw like a documentary and I was like,
You could punt this
we
little
can
thing.
fight those things.
They got
There's
enough.
there's different sized penguins.
Well,
There's
these are
big
the emperor
ones.
penguins, the biggest penguin. They're the largest penguin. They're not very big.
What are they, like 2 feet
You
tall?
think you could beat one up?
Yeah, I think they're like, oh, I can take them. Maybe.
They could do a good smother choke on you.
Do they have babies in the area?
That's a good question. They get pretty fierce.
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if you just knock them over, they just
Yeah,
kind
they
of
would
waddle
just-
in. Yeah.
You got to do it on land. You can't bring it to the water.
Oh, yeah. No, they can swim like they're flying.
Yep.
Because they can't actually fly. They're birds,
No.
but they
Yeah.
fly underwater.
Weird animals. Do we need them? Let's have
They're
that
weird.
conversation. Do we need them? Penguins.
Do we need penguins?
Do we need them?
How do they fit into the ecosystem?
I don't know. Do we need dire wolves? Do we need woolly
We
mammoth?
brought the direwolf back.
I know, and they're gonna bring the woolly mammoth back too.
I mean, the woolly mammoth would be pretty cool. Like, I feel like that's something, if we really had to take them out, we could. You know, if they got out of
Good
control.
food source.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the
Well, they're an
direwolf, you think you're
herbivore,
taking
right?
out the
So-
direwolf?
Yeah.
There's not an herbivore on Earth that could handle us.
No. No way. No
What
chance.
animal, if you could bring one animal back, what would it be? What would you be your flavor?
I mean, it would be cool to bring the dinosaurs back.
I was just
man.
gonna say
Just to put 'em-
pterodactyl.
Did they
I
even
mean,
exist?
do the whole Jurassic Park thing. That's a good question. I mean, did dragons?
Now we're just
were
questioning
dragons
everything.
exist? Do we think that dragons were? a
Dragons
thing?
are probably more real than dinosaurs.
You think?
Probably.
I mean, in dinosaurs, we think they were like scaly reptilians.
Well,
right?
they've
They
never
probably had
collected like
feathers.
a full skeleton of a dinosaur
No.
ever. They're all reconstructed.
Just from fossilized and like reconstructions.
Yeah, and they're like, we think it looks like this,
They just add the pieces to it.
Mm-hmm.
Found a bone, found a head.
and they just like, oh, it'll probably look like this.
Interesting.
Feathers don't fossilize like that, right? So how do
Right.
you know they weren't covered in feathers?
So the Smithsonian is totally lying to us.
That's
Oh, the
absolutely-
Smithsonian. Oh yeah.
Are you kidding me? It's all fake.
Damn, dude, this is tough over here, you guys.
You're a young buck in the conspiracy game. We'll take it easy on you.
By the way, anybody listening, we are bullshitting. We have no idea what we're talking about, so
No.
don't take this to heart.
There's just no rules in this podcast.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Which is why you can fart in the sauna.
Oh, we
No.
can now?
Oh.
Yeah, 'cause
Now
Luke's
that-
not here.
Because Luke's not
Yeah.
here?
What's he gonna do? Come back and beat me up?
It's all fart in a
He does
bob.
that
You do that anyways, yeah.
So
It's all fart in a Tupperware. He gets out here. to
open
see.
me.
Gotcha.
Like, oh, he's-
This kid passes out.
I can see that. All right. Well, we have a question from a guest.
Oh, you got some?
From a listener. Excuse me. So let me go grab my phone real quick because I thought this was a good one for this podcast. We got three other questions, at least two other questions. I'm gonna say for Luke. This episode of the Banya is brought to you by Optimize. Optimize is a health and wellness center run by Jesse Meringue, a fellow training partner of ours. They've got amazing center. They've got your cold plunge, your sauna, the infrared, the hot tub, compression therapy, as well as this PEMF therapy. It's like pulse electromagnetic field. It's amazing. Feels crazy, like you get that electro stim. But the idea is you've got a time in there for an hour to switch between different therapies. You can go from the sauna to the cold plunge to the hot tub. Feels amazing. Luke and I just did that last week, and absolutely, it was incredible. So if you're looking to recover from any sort of athletics or just to feel better, go check out Optimize. And for anybody, the listeners, if you just tell them you heard it on the Banya, they'll give you 50% off your first session. So I believe normally it's $39 for the first session for an hour, so it'll be half that. So go check them out. It's an amazing place. All right, we're back. All right, so we got a question from Josh Barger. Thank you for your question, Josh.
New blue belt.
New blue belt.
Yes.
Congratulations,
He got his
Josh.
blue
on the
belt?
he got his blue
Heck
belt.
yeah.
He did, yeah. So everybody
The
out
old
there,
dirty footlocker.
watch out for those footlocks. He will be coming for
Oh,
them.
my man.
Oh, yeah. All right, so Josh's question is, what are your thoughts / experience in striking combined with Jiu-Jitsu? The Gracies include basics in their Gracie Combatives program, mainly catching kicks and punches and turning them into takedowns. There's also combat Jiu-Jitsu, where you slap the fuck out of each other. His words, exactly. Do we need it in BJJ, and should it be taught at Aries PV? So, a lot to unpack there. Striking in Jiu-Jitsu. So, I guess let's get your take on this first, Lance. What do you think?
Well, it's certainly not jujitsu, but I think Kobe said this maybe on the Fox podcast, where
Oh,
he's
yeah?
like, "Hey, if you really want to be well-rounded in self-defense, you should know striking. You should know firearm training.
Yeah.
You should know jiu-jitsu. So yeah, I think so. I would like to do it myself. When I wanted to get into some sort of martial arts or something, I was talking to a guy, and I was like, I don't know. I was younger, a little younger at this point, so I was thinking like Muay Thai sounded cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, no, you need to start with jiu-jitsu. And so I did. This was years later. That was then my thought process is, okay, this guy told me to do that, so that's what I'll do. But I would still like to take some striking. I don't necessarily am too old to want to get punched in the face. But
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit more than defense. That's what it sounds like with the Gracie. It's more defensive of strikes. I would like to learn some actually offensive, strikes. But there's a balance of that of not wanting to catch elbows and fists. But
So like striking mechanics.
yeah,
The right way to throw a punch, or kick, or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, that'd be cool. What do you think, Sean?
I mean, I'm still trying to just figure out BJJ.
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah.
I think it sounds interesting in the fact that it's kind of, like we all see the MMA. And
Yeah.
I think that's kind of, we've got a little parts of it. And so you're like, you know what, these guys are throwing punches. Like, and if we're out there in the streets and we're trying to use this to defend ourselves, I don't think we're going to square up like we square up before we're rolling. Like, people are going to start throwing stuff. And it'd be interesting to know what it feels like to kind of take that or give one.
Yeah.
Coming from a guy who's never been in a fight. And, like, that's what was really fun for joining was fun for me for joining BJJ. Like, I'd never been in any kind of situation where you're just getting choked out or have the opportunity to try and choke somebody out. So yeah, I think adding those other defenses would be interesting. Same with Lance though. Not trying to leave with a black eye or
Concussion.
a
lot of it
broken
is probably
fist or something
footwork.
like that. Yeah,
A lot of it is footwork.
broken
so
ankles.
where you position.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys ever watch those combat jiu-jitsu matches?
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
yeah,
Open hand strikes.
yeah.
And
There's not a lot of guard retention.
no, there's not. No.
They just start
Closed
pounding.
guard.
Oh yeah,
it's
they
not
just
good.
beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're on top and they're just
Mm-hmm.
bang.
Yeah. So it's all open hand at least, but yeah, like you can really, like I saw them, they were like hitting them like with the
Yeah, you
the
can only
base here.
like palm them, right?
Yeah.
You can't close fist.
Yeah.
Or backhand.
Yeah.
There was a guy
No
getting,
backhand.
he was triangling a guy, and he was just smacking the crap out of the guy's ear, and it bothered him enough where he just let go of the triangle.
Yeah.
He got out of it. It was like, oh, yeah, well,
I
that's
guess-
real life.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. Yeah, I saw one live down in Tucson probably a couple of years ago. I went down to watch, I think it was Jarrell in a match that he had. And before that, they did a combat jiu-jitsu match. It's pretty wild to see live, too.
In gi or no gi?
It was no gi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was no gi. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that would be cool. It'd be fun if there was a class. I don't know if it'd be like a once a week thing or how that would work, but that would be fun to do.
Have like
if we
boxing
had
gloves.
that. Yeah, but or even, I mean, I know Brendan, he does some of that stuff at like,
Yeah,
I think
was.
he does it at Bingham.
He did MMA, right?
Yeah, he did MMA, so he knows striking. I think he was doing that at Bingham Fitness, which is right next to Paul Nava's. I believe, I could be wrong on that, but he was doing some striking classes. And then I know when I was over at Proving Ground, Ruben, he said, if I ever want to come over to check out one of their striking classes, because they do MMA at their gym as well, so they'll have striking classes as well. So cool if we did it. I don't know if it's necessarily Aries PV thing. Maybe one day.
Yeah, Aries seems to me more like pure-hearted jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Kind of seems like that. But I mean, Josh, if you want that, I'm sure that you could probably drop into Proving Ground or check out maybe some classes there until we do that. I'm not going to speak for any of the coaches at Aries Paradise Valley, but go check it out, man. And that would be fun.
That would be.
Maybe one day.
What do you guys think of the where they Friday night they'll have like a fake gun or a fake knife, toss it in the middle, and two guys just try to survive? What do you think about that?
I would love that.
That would be fun.
Like a rubber
Yeah.
knife, or
Yeah. That would
they
be
just
fun.
all like you're not expecting it. All of a sudden, hey, gun, like you try and fight for it. 100%. I'd be all for that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I think we could get ready.
I'm sure we could talk someone into letting us
Yeah,
do that.
yeah, I think so. That'd be a fun one. Oh, well, cool, man. Well, Sean, you've been now doing jiu-jitsu for close to 6 months?
Maybe 4.
4 months?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're well in the zombie crew. You're only a morning guy.
Only morning. Like I said last episode, if I don't do it in the morning, I ain't doing it in the afternoon. And I love starting the day with it. The days I don't start, it's just a little off, not as amped, not as crisp.
Yeah.
Love starting the days with a hour of jiu-jitsu and just getting their mind going, body going.
Come to the hour and a half.
Yeah, come to the hour.
Dude,
and a half.
it's
Would
the...
you not do Monday, Friday at all?
I can't wake up.
It's just 30 more minutes.
I know, man. It's crazy though. When the alarm goes off at 5 versus like 5:30, I don't know what it is.
You go to bed 30 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time do you go to bed?
Typically like 9:30.
Yeah.
Okay. But having a 1-year-old, that throws a wrench in it. I wanted to go to the belt promotions on Sunday, and she was up like the whole night. So we were the zombie crew all day on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that makes it miss for me. But yeah, I've been trying to do 2-3 days a week, the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday classes, and I mean it's tough. 3 days straight still is like I'll wake up that fourth morning and feel like I got in a car crash. Like
It improves for
Oh,
sure,
yeah.
man.
It gets better.
Yeah, it takes a while though. It probably took me at least a year
Yeah.
before like 4 or 5 days a week felt fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your body kind of hardens up. Like
Yeah.
Kabe said.
Yeah,
that, like,
Kabe
you kinda
talks about that.
harden up. It's weird. But I think it's really just
Looking at
All
all our
of the
pudgy
little-
dad bods when we first signed.
I'm working back on mine right now. I'm bringing it back.
You're in the fun zone.
I'm bringing it back.
And I think it's like all the little muscles that don't get used, the stability muscles, and all these ones that are just you have to use that you're not used. They don't get used in
Like
any
your
kind
abs.
of other way.
Dude.
Like your core.
Your
is-
ribs.
Yeah.
Dude, my
Dude.
ribs were jacked for a year.
when they're a little sore and then people would get on top or you're in you're in your guard
Yeah.
and your knees are in your ribs and you're just like crying inside because they're so bruised.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what's the thing that's most like sore all the time? Is it hips? Is it core? What do you struggle with your?
At first it was the shoulders. I don't know why. I think maybe that's just what I was trying to do with everything arms. When you have no technique, you
You're
feel
just
like
holding
you
on
have
to everybody?
Yeah, or you have to like strength. It's like strength versus technique. That's where you go because you don't know what to do. So I think the shoulders crushed me for the first couple months. Then it was the ribs, just people sitting on them. Actually, let's back up. The first week or two was my fucking feet. The mat burns.
Matt Burns?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
wiping away
Yep.
my
Did you
feet.
have the jiu-jitsu neck too, where you turn like this?
No.
You didn't have that?
Oh, where your neck's
Oh,
just
dude, I had
cranked.
that for like a whole year. I had a
someone-
chicken
your
neck
wife-
for the
your wife
longest
says
time.
your name and you do this.
like
You
your
got,
Batman?
yeah.
If I
Turn your whole body.
If I rolled with Drew every single morning,
I was gonna
would
say,
have the jiu-jitsu
You're
neck.
clearly not rolling with Drew.
Drew
now.
makes everything hurt. Like they're not even submissions.
Drew's neck moves
But
are
they
just
hurt.
ridiculous.
Yeah, they just. I had him in side control. He was in my side control today, and it was hurting me. Like, how does this hurt me?
Yeah,
He
well,
just gets behind your neck, and then just starts.
just holding down it
Yeah.
tight. I mean, I certainly felt like the nail this morning. It was one of those days. So thank you guys for making me the nail. It was good.
Yeah, it's
We all get better together.
Yep, absolutely.
It's weird that I almost didn't want to come this morning, but I made myself because I was tired. Had that guy in town, so going out with him after, getting food, a beer or two, So I woke up this morning. I'm like, oh man, I'm not feeling it. I need to go though. I need to go. And then I showed up and saw the crew, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna get murdered today.
Yep.
But I felt like I did fairly well today, and so it's funny on those days like where you don't have it, for some reason your body finds another gear and you outperform. And on some of the days where I feel the best, or I just get absolutely murdered.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
But
weird how
those
that
days
works.
you don't want to go. Those are the best days to go to.
Brain must
Yep.
be working different.
Especially when you're awake already. Like, all right, I just gotta go.
Yep.
Yep,
Yeah.
that was me.
I was thinking about the other day, while laying in bed. There's been times when like,
dip time too.
okay, all right, we'll come back. We'll come right back.
I'm listening,
Drew's,
Data.
all right, Drew's here. No, we'll stay. So I was thinking the other day, I was just laying in bed and there's been times I'm like super relaxed, like going to open mat, for example, and kind of like being fun, playful, like dancing a little bit in terms of like getting loose motion and movement. And I was thinking about that, and why it made me think of this was we were listening to jazz music, and jazz just is super like, it's not structured, it's super flowing.
Yep.
And just thinking about that flow,
How jiu-jitsu's supposed to be.
yeah, and like wanting to think, like actively think about that in a role. Either have the coach put on jazz music for the role or for the open mat or whatever.
Yeah.
But if not, like having a, like listen to a song before you get there, and like having that in mind, kind of like that flowy
rhythm,
feeling,
yeah.
rhythm of momentum, and kind of moving your opponent with the momentum. Like I play a lot from the bottom, and I'll use momentum to get people off balance, to sweep, and just kind of thinking about that in like a musical way, like a dance. So I'm gonna try that sometime. Maybe tomorrow night at open mat.
Yeah.
But think about that when we're rolling next time.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning, if we're all there.
Yeah.
We
Throw
do
on
the
some
rolls.
jazz.
Like, let's put some jazz music on. I bet Banya would be down for it.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
you definitely would. Yeah, your sweep game is good, man. I envy your sweep game. I try to mimic it as much as I can and learn from it while I'm getting swept. You got a great sweep game.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it.
My sweep game is awful, so I have to play from top. But I'm getting a couple here and there, you know, so I
Yeah.
can get better. Just because I rolling with you, I'm like, this is different. I need to learn this.
I don't
Yeah.
sweep. I just try to attack from bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, that works too. Until it doesn't.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I've been letting my attacks kind of go to the wayside a little bit at that. Like lately, when I get to the top position, I just try and maintain position and make it uncomfortable for my opponent as much as I can. So I'm thinking that, like, at least in competition jiu-jitsu, like just cooking them. My last competition, I did that, where I just, once I got on top, I just cooked the guys. Like, didn't allow them to get back on top. So I was like, I can deal with this. Like, it's nice to submit somebody, but it's also good to take home a win. So
Yep.
Is anyone in here doing the June 21st competition?
I'm supposed to. I haven't signed yet, but I'm going to sign up. So let me cold plunge real quick. Go ahead, guys. Just keep talking.
No, I got baby number 5
You got
coming.
baby number 5.
Yeah.
School bus is on order.
Yep.
You're not doing it, Lynn?
I don't think so. I got baby number 3 right here, right now. I could get where I need to be, but it's just a lot of work, man.
Oh,
Just
for
so
sure.
much work.
Yeah. I'm sure
With
you need
everything
like
else in life.
a good month and a half of eating right,
Yeah.
drinking right,
Yep. 6
training
weeks.
right.
6 weeks for me. Because I'll fight at the 168 and a half or whatever it is. So I always got to shed like 7-8 pounds, something like that. And I can do it. I've done it. Takes 6 weeks. I start. 3 weeks I get super serious,
Yep.
and it's always fun. So that's a good thing, is I know I can. It's just that willpower of like, man, I really want to be doing that right now. I can't.
How many have you done?
Just 2.
Okay.
Just one is white, one is a blue.
Drew, what about you?
2 is white.
2 is white. When you do competitions, does the notches on the belts matter at all, or is it just white versus white?
Just
blue
your
versus blue?
age,
It- yeah.
weight,
Age and weight.
belt.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
I mean, you could go like a no stripe white belt against a 4 stripe white belt.
Okay.
Yeah. And usually that means the guy's been wrestling a while.
Yep. Yeah, that'd be pretty scary for me. Yep.
Oh, you'd be fine. Just go have fun.
Are you thinking about it? Thinking about competition?
I'm gonna go check out the June 21st one, watch the boys that are doing it and,
Okay.
and girls, and just see what it's like. Like I remember going to Luke's wrestling NCAA's and just kind of being part of that atmosphere and being like, okay, this is how it works. Like seeing the flow of it, it just kind of, I would imagine, eliminates some type of mental blocks that I have in my head about it. Just seeing it live in
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
And then I mean, we're training, a few times a week, trying to get to 3 or 4, and what's the point? Like, let's test it out at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Man in the arena. Get in that arena.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially as a white belt. But I kind of realized, looking back on this, I was really nervous. But like, probably all those guys were
Yeah.
just feeling the exact same way.
Everyone I've talked to, no matter if you're brown, blue, or white, they're
Yeah.
they're all nervous the night before or the week before. So
Should I get on camera?
Yeah, it's nerve wracking for sure, especially the first one. And I was not gonna compete in starting jiu-jitsu. I had no mindset of that at all. Like, I started and was like, no, this will be fun, good exercise. And then I think I started in May and I did my first competition in October.
That's awesome.
Of 22. So what is that, like 5 months? So it turned out quick. I was like, all of a sudden, I was like, yeah, I'll compete. Why not? And I had good coaches to push. You know, Kabe was always encouraging, and then Terrell and Lexi, before they left, they were always encouraging to compete. So, I mean, if you feel like you want to do it, definitely go check out the competition.
I am, yeah.
And then just sign up, man. It's fun.
Lucas did after his first class, I think.
Lucas?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, well, what was he at?
He
A
just
white
started,
belt?
He just started competing like soon as he. I feel like soon
Yeah,
as,
but did
like,
he do his
how many
first
times has
tournament
he
as a white
competed?
belt?
I think he did 10 in 1 year, I believe, which is wild.
What have you done?
I think I've done 10 total,
Okay.
maybe.
Have you done any smaller ones?
The first one I ever did was a smaller one down in Tucson. It was no-gi, actually. It's the only time I ever competed no-gi. And it was so small, the two people that ended up competing against in my bracket, one was, I think he was a weight class up from me, or down. I think he was down. And then the other one was a 17-year-old kid who should have been in the adult instead of Master 1 or whatever. So it was cool. I mean, the first match I won. I didn't let the guy pass, and I won like in a last-second sweep. It was cool. And then the second one against the 17-year-old kid, it went to ref's decision. So it was, my first ever competition was no. It was small. The rest of them have been AZBJJL or Jiu-Jitsu World League or IBJJF. So.
Do you feel like if it goes to a ref's decision, you have a disadvantage playing from the bottom?
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, I felt like that first one, just because I feel like I was controlling the match more, even though I was from bottom, controlling it from guard. But
the optics are different.
It depends on the ref. It also depends on the nationality of your opponent. If they're Brazilian, you're gonna get the win, probably. Not always, but I mean, it seems to be that way. So I've had a couple other ref decisions that could have gone either way, I feel like. But it's whatever. If you don't do enough to make it undeniable, then
taking it to OT is
take
a
the
coin
loss.
flip.
Yeah.
You got to finish it right.
become undeniable. That's a good saying for everybody. Whatever you do. So,
I'm gonna go
I wanted to ask you guys, who are your favorite, or is your number one? Let's start with one. Who's your favorite person to roll with in the gym? We're cooking. All right.
I'm a bitch.
All right, we'll be back.
Bigger than
I'm gonna see.
Look into my eyes and it's easy to see. 1 and 1 make 2, 2 and 1 make 3. It's destiny. Greatest band of all time, maybe.
It's just you, baby.
Oh yeah.
All
What was
right.
your question?
So my question was, we're calling people out. Who's your favorite person to roll with at the gym, Drew? For whatever reason, let's say the holistic favorite role.
Probably Luke.
Luke, really?
Yeah.
No shit. Okay.
Yeah, probably Luke.
Just because he can.
Because he
it's
beats
always
my
a challenge.
ass.
Yeah.
It's always a challenge. I'm always trying to figure something out with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I go into Luke's rolls a little bit defeated already, which I got to stop that. I got to go for believing I can beat him, even though it's probably never going to happen.
Legs.
Yeah. All right, Sean, what do you think? The white belt in the room. Who's your favorite roll?
Arun and I roll a lot.
Yeah.
He's good. And then Dennis too. Dennis.
Yeah.
Those guys are kind of my go-to. I kind of can feel myself getting a little better, a little stronger with them, and then you go up to either of you three, and it's like, oh fuck, let's go back down.
Yeah.
But you learn a lot from you guys. So those are good rules too, like where you're just getting your neck wrenched and tapping out 3 or 4 times in that 5-minute stretch. Like that is humbling in itself, and you just take away stuff versus like I think with Arun and Dennis, it just feels a little more like a little more equal, a little bit. Those guys are still pretty damn good, but I can do a full 5 minutes without getting tapped sometimes, if that makes kind of sense. So I got like 2 different worlds there.
Yeah. Yeah, and surviving as long as you can. instead of getting tapped 3 times, only 2 times or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about that with you. Like, I think the first time we went, it was like 4 or 5 times, and I was like, "You're not doing it again." And then shit, you did it again.
Well, and there's
but
sometimes.
it's the mindset of just hold on a little more, find it out a little quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a win.
Yeah, I mean, and you're strong, and you've got pretty good fundamentals so far, which is great. And to be honest, we get the opportunity to work on our submissions with different white belts. So, and I mean, I take that opportunity as a chance to like try and do different submissions. Like if I'm going to do it 2 or 3 in a row, like I'm not going to do the same one over and over again, ideally. So, thank you.
Yeah, no,
For,
it's
we
fascinating
need you
because
as much as you
everybody
need us.
that goes in there every day is getting better. So you're like stepping up together.
Yeah. Mhm.
So like coming in as a white belt and being like, oh, I'm going to take Drew out one day. It's probably like, okay, well, Drew's got 5 years on you or 6 years or whatever the case might be. Like that's
It'll happen, baby.
That's
You'll
okay,
get 'em.
maybe, but
You'll get
it
'em.
just feels like as I get better, you get better. I get better, you get better,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
we're just kind of working up through the ranks together versus like, okay, I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
It's like, no, well, you're getting better too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's those little wins, not getting submitted or getting submitted twice or getting a pass
That's true.
or something like
Yep.
that. Like even the passes are huge at that level.
Yeah.
Or I've gotten a little better at scrambling, like getting out of some things, or just seeing that put together from the beginning, where I just sat there and said, "Fuck!" Like I don't know what to do. Like just elbows and knees, like, and you just kind of lay there and you're just like, all right, well, like this is fun. Like shit, what do I do from here? And so now kind of putting, okay, try and trap that leg or get that foot out of there, get that hand away from here, and like it's just kind of coming more naturally versus thinking about it. It's more reactionary. It's really fun to be seeing kind of week to week if that happens.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's good to have new white belts come in too, so you can start feeling the dominance over somebody new too.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to have.
Like I am getting better.
Yeah, for real.
So we're gonna fund a few.
The Wednesday,
We're gonna fund a few. Yeah,
the
me and
Wednesday
Luke are
class
gonna
is
fund,
blown
yeah.
up with a lot more white belts.
Yeah.
Whose kids are those and wife that comes in there Wednesday now?
Alex.
Alex,
Alex's,
okay.
yeah, there's 2 kids. Yeah, they're big and strong too, and I think they.
Matthew's got some wrestling experience.
Yeah.
He's got to.
Yeah,
He
for sure.
double legged me the other day. I was like, oh well, I guess we're doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets after it. It's good. It's good to have that.
Yeah.
All right, Lance, who's your favorite?
I'll give you 2.
Okay.
One no gi, one gi.
Okay, cool.
Both similar styles and similar body types. Gi, I think probably Drew. We have a lot of, just because we have a lot of fun. We're always laughing when we're rolling.
Yeah.
Even when we're drilling, it turns to like rolls, and then Vinny yells at us.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Yeah, he always knows, like, to keep an eye on us. Hey, okay, you guys can roll 20%, and he looks over at us.
We're going on.
20%. And then no-gi, probably Chris McGovern.
Oh man.
He is strong. He is agile, flexible. He's like, I mean, him and Drew are very, very similar, which is kind of frustrating for me, Drew, that you don't do a lot of no-gi because you don't get a chance to roll with Chris, and that would be fun to watch.
Well,
Chris is a big
I'll be coming to Nogi for the next little while.
Okay. Until you get baby number 5.
I think Chris will
After
be
that,
back in
she's got to
town.
recover.
Yeah, there you go.
I got several weeks, maybe months.
Okay, nice.
What about you?
Man. So, I gotta turn to Daniel, honestly. Daniel, Eli.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just because it's been since day one with Daniel. I remember, like, it's always been a battle. And just seeing him get better with things and me getting better with things. And it's just always, like, 50-50. We don't know who's going to dominate the position. And I just love rolling with Daniel. And he's always just, like, nicest. But he gets after it, too. He's not gonna shy away from trying to murder you.
His IQ is so high.
Yeah.
And his body is starting to catch up now with what his brain wants to do.
Mm-hmm. I remember,
it's
man,
getting dangerous.
he was so inflexible when he first started.
Yeah.
It's a totally different person. It's great. And we've talked about that, I think, before, but it's awesome. And I think he was the first person I remember that it terrified the hell out of me. When you look into somebody's eyes as they're trying to strangle you from above, and it's just like using all their might, and I just see it, I'm like, oh my god, I'm closing my eyes. But that's with anybody. It could be anybody when they're really just getting after it and they want to, like, it's, I just remember Daniel. But he's obviously,
I've seen that in RB's eyes.
Oh my god, yeah, RB's got that too.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was the
That
first
crazy.
time I've experienced that in the gym. I've seen it from Drew once or twice now too, but RB was the first, and I was like, holy shit, that was wild. Like, just different.
Yeah.
Like,
The crazy eyes come out.
the crazy eyes
Yeah.
come out, and he's like, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I'm trying to go home. Like, can you let me go home?
Just don't tap.
Yeah.
Don't gas out. And if you just don't tap. That's what Vinny always says. If they got your arm, tap.
Yeah.
If they're choking you out, go to sleep.
Just let it go to
Take a
sleep.
nap.
Yeah, that's what's
fine.
the infamous story
But
of Daniel
he's joking,
snoring,
obviously, but
getting put to
yeah.
sleep by with snores.
Yeah.
And I think Vinny's joking when he says that, but there is like you'll find truth in that, like how much you can actually
Push yourself.
stand.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
like, oh, like this is tight and this is uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
Yeah, when I start getting like the tingly, like when I start seeing the eyes
Oh,
go
yeah.
tingly, I'm
Oh,
like,
that
all right,
sounds nice.
this is
Yeah.
fun. See ya.
For sure. Yeah, well, that's great. Yeah, and I was just thinking this, like, with RB, actually. Man, rolling with him, like, the intensity of that, or even, like, John Hinton, for example, that's the closest thing you're going to get to, like, a competition match, I think. Like, just the intensity, the strength, like, not letting anything go. So you feel that, like, it's going to feel a little bit like that. Maybe a notched up a little bit more, just because something about competition just adds that, like, another level. No matter how hard you go in any open mat, the competition's slightly higher.
Yeah, I asked RB about that. I was like, dude, I've never seen that look in your eyes before. And he was like, I just take it as like, if you cross somebody on the street, they're not going to go 25% on you.
Yeah.
Like, we're all in here trying to figure out how to defend ourselves, our family, like, just be a little bit better in that realm. And he's like, that's why I go 90 to 100% on pretty much everybody. I was like, oh shit, good to know. All right, hey, Rune, where you at? Where's my guy?
I'm going 100% on you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, cool, man. Well, I'm cooking in here.
Dude,
guys. This was awesome.
I'm dying.
Yeah, I think we had a good time here. Appreciate you guys coming in for a little special edition of the Banya. So, I guess before we go, we gotta hit the rocks with some water. So let's just do a let's do a little half scoop or a full scoop, or whatever you want to do. It's gonna hurt, guys.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Take that in, baby.
The nostrils burn.
All right, well, let's sign
yeah.
off on this. Everybody listening, please send more questions. We love them. I've got 2 more questions that we're going to get to in the next episode with Luke when he's back. So, send the questions. We love having them. Any question that make them crazy. They don't have to be about jiu-jitsu, but of course that's always fun. But they could be about anything. It's having a hard time breathing right now. So.
I wonder
All
why.
right, sign off, everybody.
Thanks, Adam. See you
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
Peace.
Oh, get that camera on the floor.
Hey.